Welcome to Miami and welcome to the Underline. The Underline is one of the most exciting public green space projects in America. It is right here in downtown Miami. What is that boat doing going by? That is the Miami River. To the right of me, I'm looking north. To the right of me is the Atlantic Ocean and downtown Miami. In front of me is Hank Willis Thomas's Duality sculpture, and overhead is Miami's Metro Line, the light rail system through town. The Underline was started, goodness, I'm talking a little bit out of my hat here, but not even 10 years ago, to make use of all of the unused space underneath the Metro Rail tracks. There is a construction project here just to the east. Again, that's the direction of the Atlantic Ocean, and the remainder of the Metro Line, which is complete, goes to the south of here. And we are surrounded by high-rises in every direction. This is downtown Miami. But they had the great idea of using all of this essentially vacant, derelict space under the Metro Line to create an urban green space. Walking, biking, recreation. There are parks along here for kids and adults and all along with the Metro Line stations. But if you know me, you know what I like best here is the use of native plants. This is firebush. This is tropical sage. We've got, oh goodness, grapevine, not grapevine, oh goodness, I'll come back to what that flat one is there. That's a great native plant for South Florida. And the folks who are in charge of the Underline have decided, instead of using the trash decorative plants, they are going to use natives and pollinators and the plants that are natural to South Florida. Coming over here, again, this tall red is the scarlet salvia. I've got that at my house in North Florida. We've got some saw palmetto here, shade trees as well. And as we turn to the river, we can see folks going by on jet skis and enormous luxury yachts. Again, this is looking east towards the Atlantic Ocean, and then that is looking west. And the Underline is in progress and is ultimately going to be about 10 miles long. Again, urban park for biking, walking, recreation. There's a lot of, this is all residential, as you can see along here. So right along the Metro Rail, one of my favorite native plants in Florida, dune sunflower. We've got some Fakahatchee grass in here. Again, the Hank Willis Thomas sculpture. And I'll walk you a little bit further down the road here. The blue here is native blue porterweed. That's a nice one. This tall plant here is goldenrod. Great mix of native plants here. And I know these because I'm a member of the Florida Native Plant Society. But where I live on Amelia Island, Florida, Fernandina Beach, 30 miles north of Jacksonville, is 400 miles from here. People don't realize how long and how big Florida is. And then the Keys are another 100+ miles south of here. Key West is, anyways. So, you know, Key West to where I live, exit 1 on I-95, just into Florida from Jacksonville, is about 550 miles. I don't get to Miami anywhere near as much as I would like to for that very reason. Here we've got some coreopsis. The yellow is coreopsis. That's the state flower in Florida. Anyways, I was saying I'm a member of the Florida Native Plant Society, but in North Florida, a lot of my plants are different, but I do have most of these. This enormous scarlet sage I've got some Fakahatchee grass. I do have the coreopsis, goldenrod. And there's one that didn't get planted. Beautiful, beautiful plants here. Saw palmetto, we have a ton of that up by me. Here's a salvia with a white bloom instead of the red bloom. That right there in the pot looks like blue-eye grass. Someone should get that in the ground, take it home. Anyways, it's so rare to see native plants being incorporated in a public landscape, and I freak out every time that I see it, because as dire as the climate crisis and the biodiversity crisis are, here's some more porterweed. As dire as those two existential crises are, native plants are a major solution to both problems. It goes without saying how they aid biodiversity. These are the plants that the animals, the birds, the pollinators, the butterflies, the snakes, everything that lives around here evolved to take advantage of, to live with, to eat, to use, not the exotic plants or invasive plants from Southeast Asia or Africa or Europe. And just about anything is going to grow here in Florida because the climate is so favorable. But it is these native plants that can bring back the biodiversity, that can repair the soil, that can anchor the soil. Trains going over. They can anchor the soil to help prevent erosion, to mitigate flooding. They soak up more water because their root system is longer. So they filter the water, they clean the air, they pull more carbon out of the air than does lawn, obviously, just monoculture grass or your non-native plants. So I've enjoyed, I've wanted to come see the Underline here, sea grape. I think that's what that's called, sea grape. A great South Florida native plant. But I've been following the Underline on social media. I love these urban green space projects like the High Line in New York, like the River Walks in San Antonio. They're working on a river project in Chicago. That's exciting. But I'll leave you from the Underline with this fire bush here, and be sure next time you're down here to spend some time with the Underline and these beautiful native plants and sculpture right here along the Miami River.